Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
Back to talk one of our absolute favorites. This is 90 Day Fiancé the other way, season 6, episode 3. Brian, this episode to me, if I go and think back on this episode, it's just these people who are obviously all making horrible decisions seeking out sage advice from sage elders like a used car salesman or a cabbie that you've met who are just giving the straight truth. The used car salesman, Muhammad, is like, nah, don't sell your car. Not a good idea. You should have a backup plan. The Chinese cab driver telling Josh, like, what advice do you have for a foreigner here in China? He goes, go get a job, dude. Don't rely on your wife. These people are just so set up for failure. We'll get into the details, but like this was pure comedy. This 1 hour for me, Brian.
Oh yeah, like this is one of my favorite parts of the season is they almost do like no research about what they're about to do. Like the I mean Josh, I will give him credit. He actually looked up like, hey, I can't get a job for X amount of years, but still like you need to have some sort of backup plan. And I don't know. I'm like kind of blown away that this guy won't like figure out how to like bring his drones and cars over to do a YouTube page. I'm sure he can make a lot of money doing it. He's gonna get a fan base from this. That's the thing. Like people will gravitate to him even just a little bit.
I have a question, Brian. Isn't this show a job? Like, isn't this like there's a cameraman following him around in China, right? Like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, he's not
Yeah.
all self-filmed. He's got a job. So somebody, honestly, please, I mean, I don't. This might be the one thing I do some damn research on. How the hell does it even make any sense?
Yeah, I'm sure they get money, but I wonder if it's kind of remember who were we talking to from the trust and they didn't pay out the money or Squid Games or something right away. Like they
He
could
was
be
gas.
getting paid, but
Yeah.
maybe
Oh no, it was a gas or Brian? Was it Brian?
yeah, maybe it was
It was
Brian.
Brian, I think. Yeah.
And like you don't get the money right away, but like maybe that's the case here. It's like they're getting paid maybe like as the episodes are airing. So as he's filming it, who knows when I don't know when this exactly was. So who knows how long he maybe doesn't have income. That's my only like devil's advocate rebuttal to that.
Yeah.
So
No, no, it's not something yeah, I don't need to
yeah,
pound.
I know. I just
But
want to like
it
just
is
say that.
curious. And
Yeah,
probably
it's
like you
definitely
can't
super
take
interesting.
employee, you can't like do anything like in China per se. Like you probably can't work at any store or a construction firm or a marketing thing, I guess. Can't get a work visa. It just makes it's really
They have
I
YouTube
guess it
there.
makes sense in the respect, Brian, that she had 562K to spend on a renovation. Right. Like she says she maxed out her credit cards. Like does this chick actually does she have money anymore? Or are they literally about to go into financial ruin?
I think there was a translation error there. I think she was like there was one time when she said bankrupt. I think it was like episode 1 or 2, and she's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
I spent a lot of money. So I think it might just be over exaggerated a little bit just because of the language barrier. But I mean, it looks like she's fine. Like based off
Doing
of what
okay.
they say about her company, she's probably fine.
I'm very curious. See, this guy, he's just like our buddy, the elevator boy. He's talking about his drones and his toys and his TV that he can't watch. I'm like, dude, I have a feeling you're gonna have way more access to things than you think. Like you might have access to certain things like Facebook or like whatever, but there's there's a lot of media and things like you know what I mean. I think he'll be able to get more than he thinks.
Like, is it China or North Korea that you can't really do anything like the
North
restriction
Korea can't do like anything at all.
in
Period.
China's? Is China's not the same way a little bit?
China's still communist, but I mean they still have their own like TikTok's like a Chinese company. Like there is like they
Like
have their own versions and social
he's on
media.
YouTube.
Like I don't know.
Like that's what I was wondering. Like he could do like his little Lego cinema and
Probably its
he makes.
own, honestly. I'll YouTube.
I mean, he also could ask his wife,
It
but
doesn't. It is the Great Firewall. It's their internet censorship project. They banned YouTube permanently in 2009. They block other things such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Spotify, the BBC, and Google products. So yeah, it's like you got to use like the Chinese in like there's probably a Chinese version of YouTube basically.
I mean, he could. test that out. I mean, he probably doesn't. Well, he probably doesn't look. He can't use that translator app forever. As cool as those things are, but
Mr. Robot.
yeah, I mean, he could look into that, and maybe that's my only to him. If I could send this back into the past to, hey, make a YouTube page for your Legos, dude.
Also, last thing we'll highlight about then, and then we can move on to Dempsey and Statler. Did they not show us last week that we were going to get an argument? And this show is classic with this. Like they previewed something that didn't happen.
You talking Josh?
Yeah.
I thought I see. I don't think he was in episode 2. So I think episode 1 it was just like a season preview, which I think there it was. Because last week was your boy was James like blowing up his whole family's business.
Destroying his parents' retirement.
Majority of that episode. So I don't think Josh was on last week.
You're right. You're right. But it's a very good answer. Very astute answer, Brian. All right, let's move over to Statler and Dempsey. Okay, so this was where we started with Statler, where she was like, okay, I'm gonna go sell my car because I'm moving to Europe and we're gonna have this van and we're splitting the van and stuff. And then she found out her car was worth like she was gonna get like 18.5K for it. And she was like, what?
That's a lot.
It was a lot. And she was like, no, because Muhammad told her not to, which she already knew what she wanted. The thing that kind of would piss me off, frankly, is that at the end of this episode, you find out that like they're short the money because it was her idea and she'd figured out all the finances. And it was something I looked, it was like 7K or something that she would need to give. She would have gotten 18.5K and said, it's like, it's if I'm Dempsey, I'm like, dude, just stay in America. Like you're already doing this crap, right? Like, what was your take on that?
She had the $20,000 loan, which she thought was going to cover it, right? And then like she didn't do the pounds or dollars to pounds. I don't know what the exchange rate is. To be off by that much seems like a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like,
But according to Dempsey, they had a lot of those conversations. So it's like Statler trying to almost like claim ignorance. And
okay,
I'm interested to see their dynamic as it goes forward. So then we can kind of figure out who we actually think. Because she's gonna have to pony the money up, right? Like
I think she'll get the money. This is my only rebuttal to like I'm not fully ready to believe anything Dempsey says because we
exactly,
didn't
yeah.
see any interaction with her. Like we just her selling, living. She's like a carny. I can't trust anything she says. Like, oh, we had so many conversations. Are you sure? Like,
That's why I said I just want her to go get across so that we can see. Remember, we have our country over unders. How many
yeah,
countries she was? You said one. You said two.
I said 2. The one they're in France, and that's it.
England and France. I think I said what I said like four.
Yeah, like you said, like 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, if it's not on camera and they're talking about conversations they had, I don't know who to believe. If I don't see it on film, I'm not going to trust any of them. And this spans across everybody on all seasons of the show. They're all nuts.
that one is. I mean, the fact that she's talking about setting up a backup plan, that being Statler, it's like this ain't gonna milk. This is not going to make.
No, she's paranoid already and talking about pooping and
Getting
no.
advice from pregnant friends, still driving them around like they're the best like side characters right now.
Oh wait,
There's
you're talking about you
her
talking about
friend. Oh no, well,
Corona?
no, well, that's what I'm getting over to the next one when we go to Corona and Ingy. Um they were fine. We got a good Ingy, I guess, like introduction, right? Our bros playing D&D every other week with his boys. I wonder, I can't wait for the relatable moment where like she wants to do something on the night where he has that planned, and she's like, well, I came all the way across the country, across this ocean, and I have no family. And I'm just curious how many times he's gonna be like, yeah, but I played, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all
Yeah.
married here, right? A lot of like right, like that's an inevitable thing that's going to happen, and that may be his like thing that he just does not want disturbed. And I just can't
Right.
wait for the inevitable fight. I gave up midwifery school for you. You can't give up Dungeons and Dragons. Like, dude, it writes itself.
And it's always these people that have never been in a relationship. This is his first serious relationship, and I just, what are the parents doing? What are they saying to them? I guess they're so old it doesn't matter, but like,
He just has no, but he's got zero risk, right?
yeah.
Like
And I
he's
don't
not
want to
giving
go. I
up a
want to go back to Josh.
business. Like
I want to say something about Josh really quick. This is his third marriage, so like we know this guy's totally lost in everything he's
He
doing.
is an a-hole, dude. He's got his parents dropping him off, dude. Like, you know what I
He
mean?
can come
He's
back
been in
whenever he
that
wants.
house 7 different times.
Yeah, right, exactly. What
Never
about
bought the house, right? That's my only excuse. I live in my parents' house, but I bought the thing. So
and what about we finally saw the Shekinah Sarper and the
they
dog.
were quickly in the beginning there, and her bringing her Horcrux, bringing the Tom Riddle diary of this kid. I wonder if this guy. I wonder if he's just like well adjusted now and has like a family of kids, and he's just like he's the Leo
Yeah,
meme
the
right
Leo.
now. He's like, oh my god, I like
You
he
even
was like, I
recognize her.
forgot I did that.
Like
Like,
she had a ton of plastic surgery done. But I laugh because it just she's like, don't show me his, like she's referencing his like little check mark book. I don't want to even look at that book. I don't even look. Now here's my book.
meanwhile, he decides that he's changing the story up and that the bottles don't stand for women and their memories of his travels. It's just like you already admitted that they're already
And
after.
I never drink alone.
But he
Sometimes
loves it. Like he'll be like, yeah, they're just memories, and I drank there. Then he like, it's like he's like a robot who can't not say it. And he's like, and I never drink alone.
yeah.
It's just like his phrase.
Sometimes I talk too much. It's like, okay, man. But when and it's funny about him though, is like as soon as like he's like you have to deal with the notebook, and then she pulls out her notebook and he's all pissed off and like throws it on the ground. I was like, this is so,
He was like, she brings it
it's so
out. She takes it out, and he goes like, I try to laugh. He looks down, he goes, you kept it? She goes, and then instantly the glare is going. He's like, and then
you
she
can't
sits
move.
there. All of a sudden, you tell like the dynamics change. She's like, well, yeah, it's not a big deal. It's like, chick, you brought this to start this. Now you gotta like stand up and you gotta battle back because he, like, yo, you're dumb. You brought your dog too. Like,
I also yeah,
you're
because she's
trash.
like, I love that she even referenced that like I didn't want to bring it out this early. Like it's a
She
trump
used the day
card.
one. Brian, that was it. That was her trump card. She's got nothing now.
And
She
it's funny.
said, I'm not coming there until you get rid of your stuff. She came and she brought the dog. And she's like, well, I have this trump card. And when he really gets on my nerves, I'm going to, it's episode 3. It's only the second episode she's been on.
Yeah. I also love when they're arguing there and they're pissed off. They have so much work done on their face that faces don't even move.
Yeah, it's why he's like,
What is this? I need to work on his accent. I need to work on his voice.
he's got a trapper keeper though. She Her trapper keeper though is great though. And it's like literally a 2003
I
trapper
thought it was just a
keeper.
red binder.
Yeah, I know, but I
They
calls
just
on
hole punch it. It's like pages are laminated.
that
It's
poor
so
guy
funny. It's so funny.
coming up
I
now.
really think she should just put all those bottles in a recycling bin one time when he's training somebody.
Why doesn't she just get a bat and
Yeah.
just smash him? It would be great TV
Yeah.
because she knows that he's an A either.
Loses his
See, like
shit.
you gotta be careful. I could see her not doing it and then doing it off camera, and that would be dangerous for her. She needs to do
Mhm.
it all on camera because it's her only safety net there. When they pull them cameras away,
Mhm.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
want to be there.
Yeah, and then it looks like they're reconciling the next episode anyways, but it's like
Oh, I wrote it's not gonna matter. She's gonna wait. They're gonna start the next episode that she's on with them like waking up in bed and being like, "Oh, I love you."
she's like waxing his back.
Oh my God. Do we have
What they really
Elevator
they're
Boy
just gonna
next
keep
week?
out doing them each other. So if she breaks the bottles, he'll be like, I'm gonna take on female clients.
Brian, do you I didn't see the previews. Mine was cuts off for my DVR. Are we getting Elevator Boy next week?
I don't remember if the main thing I remember from the that is really just Shekinah waxing Sharper's back. And I think we see a little bit of Josh. But again, like the trailer, like that might be the next time we see them. That might not be next week. It could
Maybe like
be,
6 episodes from now.
yeah.
Apparently, it's a couple too. We haven't met.
Yeah, I don't. They're on my phone. Like he's from Ireland, she's from New York.
Whatever.
So that
It's
means that one's not going to last that
been a
long.
million episodes of this damn season anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good for this week. We'll be back next week for that. If you're into other reality TV, including TLC, we have The Manor season 2. Go check that out on our playlist. We are doing Love Island USA. This is the final week of the season. So if you're watching, jump aboard. If not, yeah, you just want to watch some of our views on a show you may not have any know about and say maybe I'm going to be into it. Check that out. If you are an ABC reality fan, The Bachelorette is back. That's 2 weeks in. There is some drama now, so something if you're into that stuff. Claim the Fame, wholesome show, also on ABC. Those are on Thursday nights, right?
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Perfect. Yeah. So Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we'll have that review. Um, Alone. Brian's been covering that so far, so kind of a little bit of flavor of everything. There are some other things coming this summer. We'll do at least the first episode of the Challenge 40. That'll come in August. We've had people ask about Big Brother. I always say, if you're a Big Brother person, number one recommendation, go check out the Strat Chat podcast. They do Thursday night live for all the evictions. I may maybe throw some stuff on TikTok, but probably not because I have a baby and we don't really love that show. So, you know, we do
Yeah,
what we can.
we'll see. It's all going to be how I'm feeling.
We do what we do. But like I said, check everything out: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the reality guys. But for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Peace.